Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel, Brielle Tarot. If this message finds you, it's not by accident. The universe led you here for a reason. Because there's something you need to hear, especially if you're a Taurus or have Taurus placements in your chart. Take a deep breath, center your energy, and remember, if you're drawn to this reading, this message was meant to find you. Let's begin. With the Ten of Pentacles opening this spread, the message begins with a powerful realization. This person once saw forever with you. You represented not just love, but security, warmth, and belonging. You made them believe in stability again, something they hadn't felt in a long time. They could see a future filled with shared dreams, laughter echoing through a home built together, maybe even building wealth or a family side by side. To them, you weren't just someone they loved. You were home. But then comes the Five of Pentacles, the card of loss, distance, and coldness. Somewhere along the way, things changed. You may have felt abandoned or emotionally left out in the cold. This card often shows someone realizing the value of what they had only after it's gone. This person thought they could handle the separation, that maybe it was for the best. But the truth hit harder than they ever expected. They walked away thinking they were strong, but what they didn't anticipate was how empty life would feel without your warmth. Then appears the Ten of Swords, symbolizing the breaking point, the deepest pain, the ultimate regret. For this person, losing you wasn't just a breakup, it was a spiritual collapse. They may not admit it, but this ending shattered them. Every memory of you lingers like an unhealed wound. They replay the past, wondering why they let their ego or fear destroy something so pure. This card speaks of finality, yes, but also transformation. Through pain, they're now being forced to confront their mistakes and the haunting truth that you were irreplaceable. With the High Priestess, your energy dominates their thoughts even now. You have become a mystery to them, calm, distant, yet magnetic. They sense that you know more than you show. They can feel your silence more loudly than words. You're not chasing, not explaining, and that's exactly what keeps them awake at night. Your intuition, your inner strength, and your grace have made them realize what true power looks like. You've stepped into your divine feminine or divine intuitive energy, peaceful, wise, and unbothered, and they're both mesmerized and intimidated by it. Then enters the Page of Wands, representing their restless soul. They still want to reach out. They imagine what it would be like to message you, to hear your voice again, to start over. Yet every time they try, their courage fades. This card reveals a strong desire to explore what could be, to rekindle that spark. But they're held back by guilt, fear, or the belief that you've already moved on. Still, their energy searches for you. They scroll through memories, through photos, through signs, hoping for a clue that you might still care. Finally, we reach the Three of Wands, the card of waiting, longing, and hopeful expectation. They stand at a distance, still looking your way. Even though they may not say it, this person is manifesting a second chance. They wonder what it would be like if the two of you met again under better circumstances. They dream of reunion, but they also fear rejection. Deep down, they know they were the reason for the ending, yet their heart refuses to stop hoping. Did they truly understand your worth when they had you? The Four of Wands begins this story with a glimpse of happiness, harmony, and stability. At one point, they felt safe with you. You were their comfort zone, their celebration, their sense of belonging. You brought warmth and a sense of home wherever you went. You were someone who wanted to build something solid, something lasting. They felt that energy, they enjoyed it, but they didn't understand how rare it was. They thought your stability and kindness were normal, something they'd always have. Then the Four of Pentacles reverse shows where things started to shift. Instead of appreciating you, they became careless. They either took your love for granted or held on too tightly out of fear, creating imbalance. They may have acted selfishly or been too focused on their own needs, failing to see that you were giving more than you received. They didn't realize that your love wasn't something guaranteed. It required respect, effort, and recognition. When they lost control instead of cherishing you, they tried to hold on through pride or distance. And that's when the connection began to crumble. The Seven of Wands reveals your resilience. Even when you felt misunderstood, you stood strong for this relationship. You defended what you believed in, even when it felt like you were the only one fighting. This card shows your courage. You didn't back down easily. You wanted them to see your value, to understand that love isn't just about passion or comfort, it's about loyalty, patience, and endurance. But sometimes, when someone hasn't matured emotionally, they mistake strength for stubbornness and confidence for control. That was their blind spot. Then we see the Hierophant reversed, the card of rebellion against tradition and commitment. This shows that your person struggled with the idea of long-term stability. Maybe they weren't ready to commit fully, or they questioned the deeper purpose of the relationship. They wanted freedom while you wanted something real. They admired your structure, your values, and your emotional wisdom, but part of them resisted it, as if it made them feel too exposed or vulnerable. They wanted love without discipline, connection without responsibility. And in that moment, they lost sight of what you were truly offering, something sacred. The Eight of Pentacles reminds us of your devotion. You were consistent, always putting in the effort to make things better. You didn't give up easily. You were willing to work through misunderstandings and challenges, hoping they would meet you halfway. Your energy here shows dedication. You were the one polishing, nurturing, and investing in this bond, even when the other person didn't notice how much emotional labor you carried quietly behind the scenes. Then comes the Six of Wands, and this is where everything becomes clear. Now that you've stepped into your own strength, your value shines brighter than ever. They finally see what they couldn't see before. That your energy, your love, your patience, and your steady heart were all things that made them feel safe, successful, and proud. But back then, they didn't give you the recognition you deserved. It's only now, as you rise, that they realize you were the one who helped them become better, even when they didn't thank you for it. Finally, the Knight of Wands closes this story with a sense of bittersweet awareness. This person had passion for you, but not enough discipline to match your depth. They were drawn to your light, but didn't know how to handle it. They moved too quickly, acted impulsively, and sometimes chose excitement over loyalty. Yet now, when they look back, they realize that the fire you carried wasn't just passion. It was warmth, purpose, and devotion. They see that you weren't just someone exciting to chase. You were the one worth staying for. And that, my beautiful soul, is the truth they could never say out loud. They didn't see your worth when they had the chance, but losing you became their greatest teacher. Sometimes the universe allows people to lose us so they can finally understand what real love feels like when it's gone. You were never asking for too much. You were simply offering more than they could handle at that time. Now, Gay, as you rise higher, glowing in your self-worth and confidence, their memory of you turns from comfort to consequence. They finally see that your energy was rare, and that no one else can replace the peace, loyalty, and light you gave so freely. If this message resonated with your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Brielle Tarot. Your energy and support means so much, and if you feel called to give back, you can also send a super thanks. It helps this channel continue to share divine guidance with all of you beautiful souls around the world. Remember, what's meant for you will never be lost. It will always return, healed and aligned in divine timing. Until next time, stay grounded, stay glowing, and never forget your worth. This is Brielle Tarot, sending you love, light, and endless blessings.